Hi there, and welcome to this week's Happy Hump Day. I hope you are having an awesome week. So today we're talking about future of work and what does this mean for your career? Because if you look at some industry body, if you look at a research centre, if you look at all of the key governance bodies around the world like the OECD, consulting firms, Deloitte's, McKinsey's, academic institutions from Oxford to Cambridge, all of them are doing research on the future of work. And there's varying stats out there. Some of it is really bleak in terms of what the future of work is going to mean for us with automation and robotics, and some of the other reports are actually far more optimistic. So with anything in life, it's always good to be prepared. And the reality of where we're going to land is probably going to be somewhere in between the spectrums that are actually put out by research centres. But the most important thing for you is to really understand, what does this mean for me? What does this mean for my job, my profession, my industry? Silicon Valley executive Sam Altman, who started the OpenAI Academy with Elon Musk, he talks about the fact that from his perspective, no roles are going to be untouched by the advance of the robots. And I would certainly argue that automation and robotics is going to impact all of us in some way, but it's more likely that our roles are going to be augmented. They're going to be shifted and changed in some way. But that's always happened. Our roles have always changed as technology has changed. It's easy though, if you're in a profession, to think that you're immune from this and to think that the changes are just going to impact more process-based or manufacturing type industries. But the reality is that all roles are going to be impacted to some degree. If you look at it at the moment, we already have robots dispensing drugs. We have robots and automated processes that are doing research and case law, analysing insurance claims, doing highly technical work. There is no doubt that there is a whole raft of things that computers can do faster and better than humans can do. But there's also a whole raft of things that humans can do that robots can't. So the important thing for you is to understand, well, what does this mean for me? What does this mean for the career that you've got? Because gone is that notion of an organisation for life, or a role for life, or one function for life. Gone is the notion that you can rely on someone else to help your career work for you. You can't rely on recruiters. It's about you relying on yourself. Recruitment agencies absolutely play a role in this process, but the most important thing is for you to take charge of your career, for you to make your career work for you. And so when you're relying on you, there's probably 6 key things for you to consider. Firstly, embrace change. You need to be ready for change for your industry and for your profession. And that means always thinking one step ahead. Number 2, get really clear on your value proposition. Work is a value exchange. So what's the value that you're delivering every single day that you turn up to work? What is valued over time changes. And that then means you need to be aware of when you need to shift and reshape your value that you're delivering. That connects very closely with point number 3, which is finding your learning edge. Because we know that the amount of learning that you need to do in the future to remain current and highly employable is increasing. Years ago, it was about 19% of learning was what you did as you moved through your career. Now it's going to be up to 40% of the learning that you need to do. So you are going to need to continue to learn and learn more. Number 4, network, network, network. And if you've watched these Happy Hump Day messages, you'll know that I talk about network all the time, because the relationships that you have play a huge role in the longevity, the sustainability, and the interest that you have in your career. Many jobs go unadvertised. So when you have a strong network, you're going to hear about them. But also when you have a broad network, you're going to hear about things that you had never even heard about before, things that you didn't think were possible, but might be something that is absolutely perfect for you. So nurture your network, take care of it. Number 5, managing expectations. As I was talking about in last week's Happy Hump Day message, expectations can be helpful. They can also be really unhelpful. They can drive you to seek out new challenges, but they can also hold you back. So really understand what are the expectations that other people have of you that are going to impact and constrain you in a way that doesn't help you. Because if they're not going to help you, in the words of Elsa, just let it go, because it's not going to work for you. You want to be in the driver's seat. You want to be the one who's making the decisions about where to go, how fast, how slow, what detours you want to take. You want to be firmly in the driver's seat for your career. And lastly, number 6, it's all about how you negotiate, because don't ask, don't get. You need to be very willing in the future to ask for what it is you need that's going to help your career. Don't shy away from the tough conversations with people. Get ready to build the right relationships that you need. Because if you're interested in progressing and moving into different roles, you need to let people know that. And so with all of this, with you taking charge of your career, understanding where your industry is going, where your profession is going, building all those EQ skills that we know into the future are going to be more and more critical, that means you're going to be ready for whatever the future holds. Take care, and I'll see you next week.